value Christian man. You guys are probably frustrated, afraid, concerned because time doesn't wait for anyone. Um, that Christian men, especially high value Christian men, are avoiding you. They're ignoring you. It's like they can't see you at all. And it seems as if God has kind of left you kind of dangling out there. Now, obviously, God isn't torturing you for any weird reason or anything like that. God's not a sadistic person. But if you feel invisible, if you feel ignored, if you feel like the men that you're looking for, the godly men, Christian men, are ignoring you, this video is going to be crucial. I'm going to be putting out a 5-video series that speaks about the apex Christian approach to dating, the apex Christian approach to relationships. It's not something that matches the mainstream at all. It's something that stands outside of that. So if you're ready for that, if you're interested in that, let me know. This video is just about kind of feeling the temperature of the room, making sure that this is something that is valued. So by the end of the series, you'll know 5 simple things that you can do right now today to get him to ask for your number, to take you out, to pursue a long-term relationship with you. And so if that's something that you're actually interested in, let me know in the comment section below. And also put all your questions in the comment section below. Today, we're going to be in this video. I'm going to probably put the whole series out soon. But depends, again, on if I see that there's value for it. Today, I'm going to be talking about the basis of this. Dr. Merlin Sy, look, if you're here, if you're watching this, it's because you are a high-value Christian woman or you are an apex woman, period. It doesn't have to matter about your religion or anything like that. You're an apex woman and you know you have value and you're noticing that you're not being picked up on, like you're not being observed or liked or talked to or, dated or anything like that. I did a study back several years ago, a research study on sexuality, spirituality, and identity for Christian individuals, and focused on a lot of the frustrations that women felt in the study. But it was a very interesting study, and it's like, well, why am I not sharing this with the world? Well, it's out there. You can look it up. I'll probably put the link for that study in the description for this video. But there is a, hello, Mia, welcome back. But there is a link to a free masterclass that you can take that will help you work on prayer as a mode of connecting with the real power that runs reality. So if you're here, it's because you're a daughter of the Most High, like Mia, and you're ready for God to finally give you the desires of your heart. And so I've talked to a lot to the men, and the men have really benefited from that. I mean, I've literally had guys that were afraid to talk to girls they were really into. And, with working with them, they were able to get an enthusiastic yes from exactly the woman that they wanted. And I know this woman, she's exceptionally attractive, and she's a great match for this guy. And I'm just really excited for them. So anyway, things are working. I'm loving it. God is moving, and it's a beautiful thing. So, Mia, always wonderful to see you. Noah, say what's up. Hello, Noah. Thank you for joining. And this is for men, too. This is something that you can learn from as men. If you intend to be a high-value Christian man, this is something to think about. By the way, I'm not talking about mainstream Christianity here. This is apex Christianity. So keep that in mind. Lashy Boss says, you boss. Noah says, said hi. And then Red Shanks said, hail Satan. Okay, wow, okay, good. Ask forgiveness from our dark father. I don't even know why I read your stuff. Oh my God. It's like, what are you, 12? Anyway, so we're gonna get right into it. This video, by the way, is for apex Christian women and apex women generally and only. Girls and women that are in that category. This is the top 1%, the elite, the top level women. And I'm not talking about women that just have money, because God knows I have played with a lot of high level women with lots of money. That's not what I'm talking about. They are not the ones. I'm talking about the women that are here to make a difference in the world, the women that are here to birth God's kingdom on earth. That's what I'm talking about. So if you're part of that, stay. If not, it's not for you. Unsubscribe, go somewhere else. All right. So apex women, apex young ladies, girls only. Most women are not apex, okay? So your girlfriends are not going to understand this. Your mother may not understand it. Girls and ladies in the world just may not even get this stuff. And that's okay. Most women are not ready to let God give them what they desire in their hearts. And the same is true for men. Most men are not ready for God to give them what they want. And so as a result, they say, God, please, I need it. And in their heart's like, God, don't give me that. Oh, I'm not ready for that. I'm not ready for the man of my dreams for the women. I'm not ready for the lady of my dreams for the men. You know, I'm not ready for the money that gives my life meaning and allows me to help other people. I'm not ready for the health that I've always wanted in my life. You know, that's what people are saying from their hearts. And God listens to your heart. He doesn't listen to your mouth. So just keep that in mind. Uh, God has your ideal man. God has your ideal relationship. God has all the things that you want for you. It's just a matter of moving the dust out of the way so that God is given permission to do that. God is not going to force his way on us ever. Okay? So, a lot of women typically just want to complain and cry and talk to each other about their problems. If you're one of those women, go somewhere else. This is not for you. If you're a woman that's ready to go into a life that works for her, that wants that relationship that really matters, this is for you. The 5-part series will give you the tools that you need. You can click the link in the description below for the free masterclass in Apex Prayer. It's been out forever. You'll find it. A lot of people have benefited from it. All right, let's see here. All right. Oh, yeah. Noah said, is this Christian stuff? It is apex Christian stuff. Very different from Christian stuff. Mainstream Christian cannot touch this. Mia says, rail Satan. Guys, let's pray for him right now. Don't worry about him, Mia. He's just probably a 12-year-old that needs Jesus. All right, Red Shakes. That's nice. It's also the devil's stuff. Yeah, no, yes, I guess you could say that. All right, and then Noah say, I subscribe. Thank you, Noah. I appreciate it. Mia said, hail. And then Red Shake said, learn to me. Okay. We may block Red Shanks, but Red Shanks, look, a lot of Satanists can benefit from this because Apex Christianity understands that Satan is the god of this world. A lot of Satanists are just broken autistic people that don't know how to function in society. They're really broken, aspy people who feel really bad about themselves. And it's okay. At some point, you're going to love yourself enough to accept God into your heart. And then you'll understand that Satan has his place and you're not afraid of him and you can work with him like an Apex Christian does. But a lot of Satanists are just sad, broken, aspy people that don't have a way to integrate themselves into normal human society. So I'm not going to drive you away, Red Shanks. You're welcome to stay, even if you hail Satan. I don't care. All right. Mia, you're blessed. You're beautiful. You're awesome. And Noah, thank you again. All right. So let's get right into it. Before we get into the 5-part series, which I'm going to release after this video, I'm going to talk about some of the things that gets in the way of women's ability to tap into their power. God has given women dominion over darkness, right? And what is darkness? Darkness is the unseen. Darkness is the unknown. Darkness is the depths of things. And so women have dominion over that. God gave them that. Think about it this way. God put Adam into the world first to name all the things that are visible and obvious, right? Everything that stands out. But God had Eve inside of Adam the whole time. So he brought her out of the flesh of Adam, out of the darkness, and into this world of light. God gave women a supernatural, powerful spiritual ability that most men have no idea. They can't even touch it. And that's okay. That's the way it is. And so women represent the depths. They represent the darkness. They represent the unseen and the invisible world, the spiritual realm. And that's why a lot of women were marginalized and called witches and burned at the stake and called Satanists and all this other stuff because they were able to see the aspects of reality and of God that men, the patriarchy, which is a perfect and wonderful thing, by the way, couldn't understand. And so for a lot of apex Christian women, they don't understand this. And so they've gone into the world with like this quasi-patriarchal, masculine approach to things. They are exceptional daughters of the Most High, but they have a confusion. And so they're adopting masculine practices and driving away apex men who can only mate with, be with, date with an apex woman. An apex woman is at peace with her femininity. She understands the divine power that God has given her as a woman, and she lives from that place with peace, purpose, prosperity, and power. But a lot of women, unfortunately, have been brainwashed with women's lib, the satanic idea of equality, what is that other stuff? Feminism, all of these cancers of the soul that causes women to adopt masculine practices, stone principle practices, and it destroys their feminine power, their ability to shape reality, their ability to mold and manipulate the very substrate of reality. Every woman has that power. Every girl has that power. Every little girl has that power. A little girl can command millions of men to drive out the demons. And a little girl can do it. You think a little boy can do that? No. A little girl can do that, though. A woman can do that. A lady can do that. A daughter of the Most High can do that. And so if you want to tap into that power, make sure you stay tuned for the 5-part series. It's coming next. So there's a water principle, a stone principle. Think of women, femininity, and the feminine principle as water. Water is deep. Water is pervasive. Water is inundating. It's that thing that seeps down into you and gets you to do things that you never thought you could do. Water gives power. Water gives life. Water brings communities together. That's the woman's power. Women have been taught to wear pants like men, to grow external parts like men. They're never going to win. If you're a woman and you're trying to be like the men, you're not going to win. And God can't give you what you really want. So if you want the desires of your heart to be fulfilled, let God do it for you. All right, Noah said, interesting. And Mia says, do you think women are equal to men, though? No. Because equality is a satanic idea. So equality means sameness. Women are not equal to men. Men are not equal to women. Is my left hand and are my left hand and right hand equal? No. But they are complementary. They work together. They must work together. Men and women must work together. We are two parts of one body. Just like the Bible says, you know, man and woman are one body. We are called Adam together. And so men and women will never be equal. Will never be the same. It just doesn't happen. Equality is a satanic principle. And again, equality is something that the God of this world wants us to believe in because equality and sameness is easy to control. Satan needs control. He needs dominion. He needs all these things because he's a little God of a little world. And that's okay. We're children of the Most High God. We're here making changes. And Satan gets upset about that. Okay. I'm not mad at Satan. He's just part of nature. You know, he has his place. but no, men and women are not equal. Great question, Mia. Red Shank says, I've died and come back. I spent 43 seconds in hell, was 43 years in hell. It's like that. That's how time is when you leave the physical realm. And I've dealt with Satan. I've been in hell. I've done all that stuff. And it's all good. Noah said red slabs. Okay, I mean red. All right. I mean, okay. You're picking on him now. That's okay. All right. And shouldn't be ash and dust. Okay, look, that's crazy. I've never realized this. Yeah, so yeah, yeah. Yeah. So we may ban red shakes, but this is the thing about, like, again, a lot of people that go to Satanism, they are thirsting after righteousness. They want the power of God, and they know that the power of God does not look like what you see in mainstream Christianity. It does not look like what you see in the church. The real power of God is, look at the Old Testament. That was not a friendly, love everybody, I'll die on the cross for you God. That was a vanquish mine enemies God, slaughter all of them God, genocidal God. And I'm not saying that that's the God that we serve, but what I am saying is that the Old Testament shows us a version of God that's not very different from Satan. And you'll notice in Job chapter 1 and chapter 2, who's in heaven with God? After humanity's created, after Adam and Eve have fallen, after generations of Noah, who's in heaven with the rest of the angels? Satan himself. And so a lot of Satanists don't understand that because Christians have taught a version of God that is castrated and weak and completely powerless. Those of us who are apex Christians, we understand Satan's purpose and his place in the world. It is beneath us. We do not look up to him. We do not pray to him. He is beneath us. For most Christians, mainstream Christians, Satan's above them. He's still a frightening, powerful thing. But for us, he's nothing more than an ant. So keep that in mind. If you're a child of the Most High God, you don't have to worry about that. So we'll let Redshank spill his stuff. But remember that these sorts of people, sad, broken, afraid, and tiny. And what they have is their ability to make mainstream Christians wet themselves because they said, Hail Satan. And then a mainstream Christian does this. That's what they do. And I'm like, well, yeah, okay, I've actually seen Satan. I've met him. I've dealt with him. And I realized, well, okay, he's just one of my teachers. And I mastered the teacher now. And God was like, yeah, okay, yeah, you did it. You're good. And this is what happened to Christianity and why a lot of good godly women don't have good godly men. Because they've kind of they've been taught to cut off half of their body. The feminine aspect, the darkness, the depth, the spiritual parts that we can't see. Right? So they've been taught to remove that from themselves and go out in the world with half their body. And so they're walking around trying to be this, I don't know, like Quaker, Puritan, boring, nasty, unattractive, thus saith the Lord kind of a girl. And her beautiful sexuality and her sensuality, her flow as a feminine being is turned off. And so a godly man still has desires. He still wants to get it on. Sorry, those of you kids, let me put it in this way. He still has a desire to do what God told us to do, which is be fruitful and multiply. And if you're a Christian woman and you've cut off all of that, well, guess what? He's going to go find a harlot, a Jezebel, reproduce with her, and then perpetuate the insanity of the world. And God's kingdom on earth is slightly delayed. God's not going to, God can't be stopped. God's doing it, okay? So if you're a Christian woman and you've bought into the lies of Satanism, real Satanism is found in the church, by the way, that says you need to be restricted, you need to be abstinent, you need to be boring, you need to be nasty, you need to be unattractive, you need to be scary and frightening every man that comes near you. Oh, don't touch me. That's not righteous. Then you're not going to get anywhere. You're not going to get the man of your dreams. The man of your dreams wants a red-blooded woman that is real, that is raw, that is rugged, and that is feminine. That's what men want, especially godly men, because they want to build God's empire on earth. And you can't do that with a Quaker, Puritan woman, boring nun. You can't do that with them. All right. Let's get back in the thing. Okay. All right. Okay. So that is what you can look forward to if you're an apex woman, a Christian woman, a daughter of the Most High God, is permission from God Himself, using me as a medium, to awaken the power God has placed in you. It's time that you stop trying to be a man, so that you can attract a good man. Stay Apex. Thank you for watching. It looks like it's time for me to put that 5-part series out. God bless you all. Thank you, Mia. Thank you, Noah. And even thank you, Red Shanks. I hope you get to know Satan so well that you can't help but find God. God is the greatest. God is so good. God is so beautiful. I was almost a Satanist, Red Shanks. I was very close to it. I was actually interviewing high-level Satanists. I was a Luciferian for 11 years. All right. So good. So good. So good. Thank you, Mia, for being here. Toodles. Take care, Noah. God bless you all. I'll see you in the series if you're ready for that. Take care. Stay Apex.